All right. I'm out here again doing another live. See if we get anyone in here. It's really early in the day, so maybe some people come in here, maybe not. We'll see what happens though. Pretty much obviously if you read the title, was it a good day or bad day on the pad? Well, obviously it was a great day because I wouldn't be already done for the day if it was a bad day. We started early in the morning. I got up super early. My student was all like, "Hey man, if you get up early, we could run to Dunkin' Donuts." I was like, "Oh, yeah." I made sure I was up early. Like I was up. So, I love Dunkin' Donuts, so I went over there. Oh, Nick, I'm doing great, man. Can't be better. But we went out there and did backing today. He did awesome. So he was knocking out all those maneuvers one after another one. What's going on, big country? So you can't be more happy whenever your students out there just doing all the maneuvers over and over and over and just knocking them out. Great. What's up, Chad Rich? So he was out there just knocking them out one after another, doing awesome out there. It was great. Chilling in Oklahoma City. Hey, that's Chad's area over there, Oklahoma. But he knocked out all of his back end maneuvers, and he was just man, he was doing so good out there. Like I was like, ooh, what a nice day. But yeah, we were out there. We spent a couple hours. We were out there from 7 till 12, so we spent a couple hours out there. He got all of his maneuvers down. All he has to do now is get that pre-trip tightened up, his end cap, and y'all will see Rob get his CDL. Tomorrow morning, he's going to have my test. I'm going to test him on all the maneuvers. We're going to see what he can do. Right, Nick? That's a thumbs down. I should be better at this. I've done it a couple times. I should be better at turning that off. That was Chris Smith calling me. He probably didn't see that I was in this, so he probably was trying to holler at me. One of my friends from the state, whenever I was at the prison, he passed away yesterday. That's what Chris was talking about. Whenever he was all like, "Did you hear about Fierro?" So one of my friends out there at the state, one of my coworkers passed away. It happens. It's a high stress job, and it's he. I don't know the details on it, but from what I've heard is that it was heart failure. Same thing my dad passed away from. The correctional officers, you got a lot of stress. You got a lot of stuff on your plate. You're talked down to. Your supervisors want to get you, in trouble. Like, I mean, it's stressful job. I'm in a better place now, so I'm not as stressed out. So hopefully I won't be gone for heart failure. Okay, am I doing TNT or just PSD? I just do PSD. I want to get somebody their license and get the next guy and get him his license. That's what I like to do. I like to work with people long enough to get them their license. Once they get their license, then I'm on to the next guy. TNT, that's my big concern with doing PSDs is like whenever I'm done with a PSD, who knows where they're going. Like this guy that I have now, Rob, he put down Chad Rich as a referral, so he wanted Chad Rich as his trainer. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. Chad Rich has a student right now, and he would have been a good student for Chad Rich. Like, I mean, he's pretty good at what he does. He's a CDL holder, so I mean, he knows some stuff. Yeah, big country. I live off of the trifecta bonuses. You're right. Not even the trifecta bonuses. All the bonuses included with passing a student. That's what I live off of, and it's not bad. It's good. It's good money. I'm a teacher. I like Growing up, if somebody asked me, "Hey, you want to be a teacher?" I would have been like, "No, I don't want to be a teacher. I'm a teacher now. I teach people." We all have our different ways of doing things out there. I get told I'm too nice to my students all the time, which I don't think I'm too nice to them. I ran into one of my students just a while ago inside there. Um, Beastwood, that was his nickname. He was a stand-up comedian, so that was his name. I ran into him. He's all like, "Yeah, I got a year and a couple months now. Now he's doing Tanker." I was like, "Why are you doing Tanker?" He was all like, "I just wanted to change." So I mean, it's good to see that. Hey, one of my students made it all his full year. That's good stuff. Okay, Big Country said that's what my trainer wanted was his trifecta bonus. He always told me, "Gotta get that bonus." That's putting a lot of stress on you and pressure. Like I don't do that, or I like to think I don't do that. I'm all like, "Hey, we're gonna pass this test sooner or later. It doesn't matter." I mean, it might be some stress. It might be something pushing you harder to do it. You know, whatever works for you. But I try not to stress out anybody by talking too much about, like, "Hey, you need to do a trifecta because I'm not getting paid." Because really, if they don't trifecta and I don't get a paycheck that week, I'm not hurting for it. I save for occasions like this. If you plan ahead and you put money back from your check all the time and you save money, you'll be all right. I'm a big spender, so I got my wife right there. She's like, put money back, put money back. Hey, we don't have no money this month, and I'm all like, how do we not have money this month? But she's putting money back and saving. She's real good at it. So gotta be thankful for a woman that's good with money. Okay, so Big Country says Big Country made $200 and his trainer made who knows how much he made. Your trainer probably made 875. Probably. It depends how long ago it was. So, you know, that's the things of being a student. Hey, they don't have to give you a bonus for trifecting. Like, they don't have to make it worth your while like that. Prime just gives you that incentive, like trying to get people motivated more, you know? So, I mean, we're lucky Prime does that. July of 2018. Yeah, then your trainer made 875 because I was out there training back then and I was making 875 for a trifecta bonus. It's hey, it's pays the bills. If you think about it, though, if you think about your trainer, like he was out there on the pad with you for however many days, however long it took you to learn how to back and everything out there. So really, if you want to know how much he really made for a trifecta bonus, count up all the hours that you were out there on the pad every single day, even the day that you test. How your trainer had to get up early in the morning to the till after your test. Add up all those, take all those hours, and then divide it into the 875, and that's what he made per hour with you. Some guys pick it up quick, and that per hour is good. Some guys I've had out there like we'll take a guy that failed the test a couple times. I'm out there probably 3 days in a row, 10 hours a day. He fails. I wasted that whole day. We practice some more that day. We practice the complete next day. We test him again. He fails. So, if you're looking at an hourly rate, we're losing money there. That's when you met Andrew, Jacob, and Matt. What a lovely crew you met. That's a lovely crew you met right there. I know those guys. But if it depends how you look at it, because like a lot of people just look at it like, hey, they're getting a $875 trifecta bonus. What you don't see is that we're doing 0 miles that day, zero loaded miles, zero empty miles, or if you're a leaser, you're not getting revenue, so you're losing money right there if you think about it, because you're pretty much working for free. You're just hoping it pays off on the end. So I kind of look at that. I think about that sometime. I'm all like, how many days, how much work did I put with this guy, and how many days on the pad? And then, like, I'm all like, was it worth it? You know? You were out for 2 days, I think, maybe three. Yeah. That's 3 days your trainer wasn't making money. That's 3 days. Because think about it, if these trucks aren't moving, it's like you now. Think about you now. If you're out, since if your truck moves, you get paid. If your truck doesn't move, you're not getting paid. Time is money. So think about it. That's what your trainer did for you. You got to appreciate them. Uh, Jesus says California is awesome. Sarcasm. There's some nice places in California, Jesus, but yeah, California is not the best. I don't like California that much. Um, like I like Bakersfield area. Like I liked it over there. It kind of reminded me of home in Lubbock, Texas. It reminds me of that area. The weather was good. So most of the time in the California, the weather's good. I told one student we went to California during the wintertime, and he was all like, "Man, it's gonna be bad if it snows over here." I said, "Bro, it's never gonna get icy or snow in California." We went up to the midways in California. I forgot what the name of that little mountain is or that little area, but man, it started coming down. Like sleet like crazy. The road started icing up. He's all like, "I thought you said it never gets icy in California." I said, "I guess I lied. I really like I wasn't expecting it." Jesus says he drove through the night, knocked out 657 miles. Even hit snow in Flagstaff, Arizona. Flagstaff gets jacked up with snow, bro. You're lucky you made it through there without getting slowed down too much. You doing that many miles, you didn't get no slowdowns, really. It doesn't sound like, but man, that's Flagstaff. I remember one time I was going through there, and it looked like there was I was driving in between barriers because the snow was so packed up on the sides, and the snow plow was couldn't keep up. It just kept on doing that one lane over and over and over where we're all driving, and we're pretty much knocking that snow up, and it just looked like two walls next to you. It came up to about, yeah, about the top of the step down there. I mean, it wasn't like I couldn't see over the top of it, but it was all built up, and it just was, since it was all wet and kept getting thrown up there, it just looked like an ice wall. You're driving between two ice walls. The worst I ever seen was Oregon. It was like that. It was like that, but the ice wall was taller than the truck. I thought I was driving past a mountain the entire time. Like I thought it was mountain. Nope, high snow. It was crazy. Sun came up. I could see how tall that snow was. I was like, "Holy cow! I never seen this much snow." Rob says Big D has the patience of a saint. That's what everyone says is I'm patient. Uh, yeah, Rob. There's Rob, my current student right now. I talked about you earlier, Rob. I said you were doing great out there, and you were. So, you get to enjoy my test tomorrow. Jesus said he was more worried, more nervous about my test than his actual test. Because I'm real picky on my test. Like, if it looks like it's going to hit that line, I'm going to blow that whistle and say, "Hey, it's close enough. It's pretty much hit it." I like to be real picky in my test. That way, when you go to your real test, you're like, man, this ain't nothing compared to his test. Rob says me too. He's nervous about my test too. Yeah, Rob, we're gonna meet up at 7 in the morning. We're gonna meet up at 7 in the morning. We're gonna go do some. We're gonna do the pre-trip. I'm doing it just like the test. I'm giving you a heads up right now. I'm gonna do your pre-trip. If you pass your pre-trip, we're gonna move on to the backing. We're gonna do the backing. After that, I'm gonna score up your backing, and then after I score up your back end, then we're gonna go drive, and we're gonna go drive around, and I'm just gonna keep up with about how many points I would have counted during that test. And I'm picky on the driving, like I'm real picky on the driving, so I'm gonna be like, okay, this is what you did wrong, this is what you did, you know. So we're gonna definitely be I'm gonna be definitely watching you. I shouldn't have to tell you when to turn the wheel. You should already know. So see what you can do. Yes, and I did schedule you for Wednesday. So Wednesday you should be on the list to test out. Ready or not Wednesday? No, I'm just kidding. If you're not ready Wednesday, then we're gonna reschedule it for Thursday. I'm not tripping. I don't want to test somebody that's not ready. So that doesn't mean if that doesn't mean that we're not going to work. If it takes from 7 in the morning to 6 o'clock Wednesday morning to get you ready, shoot, I'm ready. I'll do all those hours. I ain't tripping. But it's not going to take that long, Rob. It won't take that long at all. You already know. You already know everything. But yeah, it snowed. It sleeted for most of the morning. I felt like I was in the snow globe again. I wasn't expecting that. We gotta let it. We gotta stand out. I gotta stand out there for a little while in the sleet, and I was like, it's too cold. I said, I'm just gonna get in the passenger seat. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be cold regardless because I need to be outside of the truck, making making sure we're not hitting the line. So I'm gonna be out in the cold tomorrow. I'm hoping it's not that cold tomorrow morning. I don't like getting up early in the morning either. So like that's another thing is I hate early mornings. Like I'm already dreading getting up tomorrow. And then the test day, on test day you got to go check in at 6 a.m. So test day is really early in the morning. Rob didn't like the hotel over here in PA. So guys, when y'all come out here to PA, to Pittston over here for your training, Rob didn't like it. Rob said it was not good. And he told me the stories. One room, the AC unit was laying on the floor. One room was filthy, like filthy. And so he's like, nah, I'm going to go get my own hotel room. So he got his own hotel room. And right now he's living that bunk room life. So he's back and forth from the bunk rooms. I went back to the hotel. It's a better place to study. Oh, actually, I guess Rob went ahead and went back to the hotel so he can get some peace and quiet to study. There's a lot of distractions over here when you're studying at this terminal because you're trying to study, and everybody over here they're like looking for somebody to talk to pretty much. So everybody wants to talk to you. You'll be in You'll be over there trying to do your thing, and you'll have like six people at your table talking to you, and then you get off track, you forget your pre-trip, and put it off to the side. I see that happening a lot because you make a lot of friends out here, you know. Especially if you're new in the class, you're gonna start talking to other students that came in with you. You're curious how they're doing. Like, talking to different people and kind of if you're not focused on your studying, you get off on that path with them, and hey, we're just kicking it. Sylvester came out today. He watched Rob do his backing, so he got to see what the offset looked like. He got to see Rob do his end cap. So, I was hoping that he made Rob nervous on his end cap, and he kind of made him nervous, so he would mess up a little bit more. Because I'm all like, the more nervous we can make him before his test, the more he can deal with his nerves. Because part of the test and one of the hardest things in the testing out is controlling your nerves. Like, I've seen videos on it, people talked about it. Your nerves are, being nervous, being worried, all that stuff. That's why I kind of like doing my test the day before, because I kind of put the test at ease. Because you're thinking, oh my gosh, my trainer's going to give me the test. Oh man, when my trainer gives me the test, this is gonna be horrible, because he knows what the maneuvers look like. Like, the examiners, they don't know what maneuver you're doing. They're just wanting to see you get in the box. They're just keeping score. When you take my test, then I know what the maneuver should look like, so I'm checking every point, and I'm all like, okay, that's good, that's not good, that's good, and I'm making sure that you make it in there. And ask Jesus. Jesus, he did one of the maneuvers, and he didn't do the last step in it. He just sat in the truck, set the brakes, and sounded the air horn. He was in the lines and everything, but I teach my maneuvers a certain way. I want them followed a certain way. So, whenever you don't do like the last step, even if you feel like it's a little bitty step on one, you're not doing the last step. So, should I be happy that you got it in there perfect and no problems? Yes, happy about that, but I'm not happy that you didn't do the last step. You know, studying on YouTube, I see. What's that, Jesus? Jesus might have I don't know if Jesus studied off of YouTube too much or not. I seen him outside too much to think that he was studying off of YouTube, because I would always see Jesus outside at trucks, pad trucks or whatever. Jesus was out there studying. Oh yeah, and one other thing, whenever it's wintertime and it's cold out there, get you a lighter. Keep that in your pocket. You want to keep a lighter in your pocket, and I'll tell you why. Because your door lock will freeze. If your door lock freeze, your key ain't gonna work in it. Sometimes those door locks freeze. Take your key, and I heat up the end of it. You can heat up the end of that key. You can get it real hot. You can put it in that door lock. Try to work it back and forth. It might take a couple times. You pull that key back out, heat that key back up. Heated it up, stick it in there, boom, it finally works. I usually check both doors before I even light the lighter to light up the key. Zach seen this on test day. I forgot that my door locks were frozen, so I said, dude, told myself, I said, don't lock that door. What did I do? I jumped out, locked the door, went inside. We checked in for the test. I came back outside. It was time to put the truck on the pad, and I didn't have my lighter in my pocket, Zach. Zach was test day, so I had to go and borrow someone's lighter, and I showed Zach how to heat up a key to put it in the keyhole till it heated it up enough to get into the door. So, it's always good. That's the only reason I have a lighter right here in my truck, because I don't smoke. Some people see that I do vape, but I don't smoke. So I think some of my students are all like, "Why has he got a lighter in his cup holder? Does he smoke too?" I don't smoke. I just keep this in the cup holder, because if it ever gets to those freezing temperatures, I light that key. I light that key to warm it up. Once I get the key nice and hot, it'll free up that frozen lock. So Jesus, you might want to remember that during the winter. If you ever jump out and you get you a lighter, man, keep that in your pocket during the winter time. Luckily, it's not too bad here right now, so I haven't had to carry it. But whenever it gets down to like 20 degrees and stuff like that, man, you'll be surprised what happens to your door locks. It's not fun being locked out of your door, and being locked out of your truck in the freezing cold, and like trying to find someone that has a lighter you can borrow to get into your truck. I had to do it in Springfield not too long ago. Luckily, me and Justin were coming through the fence about the same time. Tried my door lock, couldn't get in my truck. I ran up. Hey, Justin, I need your lighter. Click, lit my key up, got it nice and warm. Click, click, finally unlocked. So that's one of the tips for winter driving. I don't know if I covered that in any of my videos before, but definitely a good idea to keep a lighter handy for those situations like that. Because it's not fun being out there in that cold weather. With a door frozen. It's not fun. Having to go borrow people's lighters, and they're all like, this dude's going to keep my lighter. No, I don't got a lighter. Man, you're smoking a cigarette. You have a lighter. Let me borrow that cigarette then. And I don't know, some people might have other ways to get in the frozen door locks than the lighter, but to me, the lighter works pretty good. I heard of some people with the de-icer, but I don't know how the heck they're using the de-icer, because think about it, are you carrying a can of de-icer? You know how big a can of de-icer is? You're walking around with this big bulge in your pocket, like, people are like, what's that in your pocket? Happy to see me or something? Lighter's nice and small, fits right in your pocket. My buddy gave me a torch lighter, and he told me it was for that reason, but I don't know about the torch lighter. It might. What? Nick says he watched a prime driver pee on his door lock. That's kind of gross. That's kind of gross. Hey, I guess if it's hot enough urine, I guess it will unfreeze that door lock. But my luck, I would probably pee on it, and it would be so cold it'd just freeze on the whole door, and I'd have this big old lemon colored ice forming on my door. Lemon, or yellowish color lemon. Like you can see the color of a lemon, like this yellow ice all over my door. I don't think it'd be too good. Plus, you're gonna have to touch your door some point. You really want to touch that? Like, I don't want to touch that. Goes a flatbed load leaving the yard. Nick says he didn't look very clean. He didn't look like a very clean driver, so I can imagine what the inside of his truck looked like. And another thing about peeing outside is, you're exposing yourself to everybody. Like, nobody wants to see that. Like, you could get a ticket for that. Like, probably even put in jail overnight for that, maybe. I don't know. I don't suggest doing it. I suggest warming up your key with a lighter and getting it hot enough to break that ice free, or warm it up enough to turn it. Yeah, if I look at someone's truck and it looks like it's dirty, I don't even get inside it. I'm lucky that Jacob, my trainer Jacob, he had a clean truck, and the only thing with Jacob's truck is like he would let it get a little bit dusty at times, but it was a work truck. Whenever we were stopped when he went on home time for a little while around Thanksgiving, I was just sitting in the truck in a truck stop. So what I did was I cleaned everything up like real good, and like I made sure that it was looking good in there, and he appreciated it. He got in his truck and he was all probably like, "Dang, it's clean in here, man. It's looking good." Got to run. Time to go eat and then study. Where you going to eat, Rob? Where you gonna go eat? You gonna go eat pizza again? Rob can eat some pizza, y'all. He loves that pizza. He's probably gonna go eat some pizza. I went in there and ate that turkey bacon Reuben sandwich they have in there. Thanks to Chad Rich, I'm hooked on that thing. But that's a good sandwich, and it feeds a lot. Like it's a really good sandwich from inside this terminal right here. I seen Chad Rich eating it one day, and he was all like, "Guys, y'all got to try this." So we tried it, and that sandwich hits the spot. It's a really good sandwich. I like it. About to waste the rest of my day playing some Call of Duty. Not Advanced Warfare though. I'm gonna play the new one, the new Modern Warfare one. It's pretty good. I'm close to finishing up the Battle Pass, the first Battle Pass. So I want to go ahead and jump on there and finish up the Battle Pass on it and get my last item. I'm 99 right now, and I'm like just a hair, just a little bit more to get the last level. Last night I should have went ahead and played it, but I was kind of like, I don't want to watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I was like, I'm kind of burnt out on the video game. I played the heck out of it the day before. Witcher or Dark Souls have I ever played? I played Dark Souls. I didn't play Witcher. Not into those games, man. They take too long, and they're like, you know, build your abilities and all that stuff, and like cast. I don't know all that stuff. Give me a first-person shooter. Give me a gun and let me run around and shoot people. Like, doesn't get simpler than that. I played Diablo 3 for a while. I still haven't beat that game. That's a really long game. Oh, I'm good at shooters, man. I'm good at shooters. I'm not gonna say I'm the best, but I'm pretty good at it. You want to get good at a shooter, you play it and play it and play it and play it, and you'll finally get good at it. And you know they're good games. I like League of Legends and Smite, stuff like that too. Like those tower defense games, like Smite. I play Smite. Me and Zach played a lot of Smite when he was on the truck. Well, we played one day of Smite. We did our laundry and played Smite at the same time. Probably need to be doing my laundry pretty soon because it's starting to build up back there. I'll go in this terminal and throw it all in the washer. You know, see whatever the timer is on it, and then I'll come out here, play games, and then go back in there when the timer's up on my phone. I'll throw it in that dryer, and then whenever it's done, I'll go back in there. And what I'd like to do with my clothes is I set up each day, like make a little roll out of my clothes to save room. I'll fold a shirt in half. I'll fold my shorts in half. I'll put it on top of that shirt. I'll put my boxers in there, and I'll put my socks on there, and then I'll roll it up into a big old roll, and then I'll stick it in my bag and bring it back to the truck. It saves space in here, and whenever I do my shower bag, I don't have to look for socks or underwear. I don't have to look for none of that stuff. I just go and grab a roll, throw it in my bag, go. Come back to the truck, take the dirty stuff out, throw a clean roll in there, and let it sit there till the next shower. It's a lot faster too. A lot faster. So that's a little bit about like how laundry goes. My shower bag, I've done a shower bag. I've done a video on my shower bag. If y'all ever want to know what my shower bag looks like, go and check out my older videos. It'll show you what my shower bag looks like and what all I keep in it and how I pretty much set it up. A shower. You never know when you're gonna get a shower, especially on TNT. Like what I learned is, Jacob told me always have your shower bag set up because whenever I wake you up to go shower, I'm not gonna be. I don't want to be waiting around killing time. It might be during a 30-minute break. We might have to go shower, get back to the truck. So I was always ready. He said, "Shower time. Grab my bag, run." You know, it worked out good. I got some other trainers interested in my the way I do my pre-trip. So, I got some other trainers checking out what I'm doing, and I got them on board with doing it the way I'm doing it. So, you know, some of them, like, of course, a lot of people are set in their ways, and I'd never ever tell like I wouldn't tell them, hey, you need to do it like this, like, or anything like that. I just suggest it to them. I'm like, hey, check this out. They check it out. If they like it, they can use it. If they don't like it, then they don't have to use it. So I mean, I'm not trying to change it with the way people are training out here because everybody has their own way of training, and you know, what works for me might not work for them. What works for my students might not work for their students. So, but it is nice to get some people's input on it, and they're like, "Hey, man, I really like that. That makes it way better." And having more people on board with it will make it a lot easier for everybody. Someday, all of us will be on, like, maybe some of us someday will all be on the same page, and that way, if somebody takes over one of my students, then they're already like, oh, okay, well, you know, here's where he left off. Let's go. Or whenever I take over someone else's student, it might be like, hey, this is where he left off, so let's do it this way. You never know. Last night I went out there and slept on the pad. It was kind of eerie because every time I got out the truck to go use the bathroom or something, I was all like, I look around and I'm all like, I am the only one out here. Like it was kind of like lonely feeling. So like it was like I'd get outside and I'd be like, I am all alone on this pad. Like there is nobody out here. I go inside, use the bathroom. I was all like, this office is really quiet. But I mean, I got some good sleep. I didn't have no problem sleeping. I didn't hear nobody slamming their truck doors or nothing like that. It was great. And Nick says, "Yeah, I find that every trainer is different. Everyone trains different. It can be frustrating." Yeah, that's another reason I kind of tell my students, "Hey, whenever we start backing, and don't be asking other people the backing maneuvers and stuff like that. You need to set to what I teach." And like if another student's asking me for advice, I'm all like, "You need to do what your trainer says." Because if they try the stuff I teach, then it's probably not going to work out and it's going to make them even more confused. Because sometimes we don't even, the first thing we do is not even the same. I'm different because I like to teach three moving parts of the I teach the tail, which way the tail moves, the head, and the truck. So like I teach a lot of stuff. I believe that I'm harder than a lot of trainers because you really have to be thinking about what to do and you have to know what you're doing out there. So I feel like me training the way I train, it's a little bit harder. But if I can get my students to understand what I'm saying and understand how this thing moves, how you move the truck, the trailer, the head, the tail, the head, and the truck, you can figure that out. You can do it for every spot. And I teach, we're going to put the tail in first, we're going to put the head in, and then we're going to get the truck in. And that's pretty much every spot you do. Every time you back. It's I don't care if it's the a 90-degree parallel or whatever. You always get the tail of the trailer in the spot first. Then you get the head in the spot, and then you get the truck in the spot, and you do a straight line back. So everywhere you're backing, shippers, out there on the pad, truck stops, whatever. Your goal is to get the first goal is to get the tail of the trailer in the spot. Your next goal is to get the head in the spot, and then your last goal is to get the truck in the spot. I mean, so it works out like that every time. What's going on, Jeff? Jeff says, "What's up?" Makes sense about how you describe the way you train. Yeah, to me it makes sense. Some of my students can't grasp it at first, but I tell you what, whenever a student actually starts grasping the three moving parts and they start getting it and it clicks, I never have a problem with them again. They get it. Once they get it, I don't ever worry about them out there in the truck stops or nothing because they got it. You know, they're going to be fine using kind of the same stuff from the pad. It will work in the truck stops and the shippers. Like, I don't train that, hey, you're only going to learn this stuff for the pad because, in truck stops it's different. How's it different? It's not different because we're going to put the tail in there first. We're going to put the head in there. We're going to put the truck in front of it. You can pull up as many times as you need without getting any points out there. You're definitely not going to hit nothing out there, though. You're going to have more get out and looks. You're not limited to two. Get out more. It works. Have I heard anything about making the Pittston terminal bigger? I heard some drivers talking about after they get done with Salt Lake Terminal, that one's going to be nice. So, I haven't heard nothing in plans yet, really. I haven't heard nothing. I think sooner or later, they're going to have to buy some more land out here because they're going to need double the size of the pad. They're going to need, because you got a lot of people up here in the Northeast, and I can see that this training area is going to grow real big, real fast. That's just what I see. So I'm pretty sure, like, they're going to have to buy some more land just to put some pads on. Probably need about, I would say, about 5 to 6 more pads is what they need. And they can be in a different area because guess what? You can go, if you're just doing pad time, you can go to one side. If you're doing testing, all the testing will be at the pad we have now, I could see, because the building's over there. But they can need another pad with a little building with a bathroom in there, just a place to use the restroom. Like, well, land across from it was for sale. I seen a for sale sign on the land across from it. Build a pad over there, put 5 or 6 more pads over there so we can back over there. All you would have to do is grab your trailer, drive right across the street, and then you have extra pads over there. Because sooner or later, I'm pretty sure that they're going to need more than 2 examiners over here. So if you get more than 2 examiners, you need more pads because you're going to be locking down a lot more pads out here being used for tests. Jeff says, Prime, just have a live chat on Tanker Division about building a washout bay or two. Something about when the pickle places used to be. Where the pickle places used to be. I don't know where they're talking about, Jeff. I don't know. I didn't catch that live stream that they did. By the time I seen it, it was already over with. So, I was just like, I don't feel like rewatching it, so I'm not gonna watch it. And plus, it's about Tanker, so I'm not Tanker. I don't really care about it too much. What I do wish that they would do is over here in Pittston, they need 2 wash bays. This one wash bay is taking forever and it causes a big line right here in front of me. We got a line right now. Um, Jeff, I didn't watch the Rumble. I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't watch it. Let me turn this camera around. All right, there's the one wash bay. It's the second door right there. So we have a wash bay right there. We used to have two wash bays. Now we have one because they gave it to the flatbed to strap down loads. So what happens is you start this line right here. You got a truck here and another truck there. So there's only two trucks in line and they're almost to the outbound doors over there. They're almost blocking it. I've seen trucks double stacked here all the way down. I've seen a truck backed up. He backed his truck and trailer around the corner over there just to be in the line. And then I've seen bobtails up in there too. I mean, it makes a heck of a wait for a wash bay. And this red flatbed right here, it's been in this line for, I would say, about 45 minutes already, and it just barely got to the front of the line. So it's kind of, I would like to get that other wash bay back, and they could always open up that other wash bay, start washing trucks in it. But if a flatbed needs it to do his tarping and strapping, shut it down, let him do his stuff, and then reopen it as a wash bay. I mean, to me that would make sense. But if it makes sense, they're not going to do it. Because it would be nice to have the two wash bays. You can run two wash bays at once. I think it used to be two wash bays here. I can't remember for sure, but I'm pretty sure it did. Nick said he was passed by a prime truck yesterday doing 65. I don't know how he was able to. He had to be lease. He might have been heavier than you going downhill. I don't know. His truck he might have been lighter than you going uphill. You might have been losing speed. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. But, he might be an owner op. He might have owned that truck that he's driving for Prime. So if he's an owner op, then guess what? His truck might go faster than yours. Flat road, he was doing 71 according to my radar. Yeah, he's probably an owner op. He probably owns that truck and he brought it to Prime just to pull Prime freight. So yeah, he could have just brought his truck here. Like, you never know. Also, I seen a truck the other day that wasn't a Prime truck pulling a Prime trailer, and I was like, huh, that's kind of weird. Then I saw the number of the trailer, and I was all like, 1-1 trailer. So I think it was one that was sold that Prime just didn't get the word Prime off of it. Because I noticed on one side half of the word Prime was gone, the other side had the whole word Prime on it. So it was probably a sold trailer. I went to a yard one time. I went to a Walmart, did a drop and hook, and I went to pick up a trailer. And I hooked up to it. I was ready to leave, and I get a message that says, "Hey, that trailer's sold. Find another trailer." So, you know. Have you heard anything about how many years with the Volvo testings is going to be at Prime? I don't know. I don't know. I've heard I've heard good stuff and bad stuff about the Volvos. I heard the good stuff is that it's a great riding truck, and I've heard the people that drive them love them, and then I've heard that, hey, if it breaks down, it's hard to get that thing fixed. Most mechanics won't touch it. So yeah, so I don't know what's going on with that. If they ever if they ever start testing out those Kenworths, I would like a Kenworth. I've always thought the Kenworths look nice. I always think that they look great. I wouldn't mind trying that out. Am I training anyone at the moment? Yes, I got two students right now. And I got a third one in class starting today. So I need to test out Rob needs a test out Wednesday, so I can pick up the other guy. The other guy is going to be Zach's teammate. Zach asked me to train him because he was going to be his teammate. So I say, sure, Zach, I'll train him. If he's as easy as Zach was to teach, then I ain't going to have no problems. So I was like, sure, I'll teach him. Oh, Nick, that's right. Those Macs look pretty nice too. I haven't seen those Macs in any color but black though. Black and white. I haven't seen them in any other colors. So I mean, I would like to see a bunch of different colors on those Macs. Prime orders these trucks in all different colors, so everyone can be more individualized. Be an individual. I like it. So maybe we can get some Macs that are different colors. Try them out. Nick says he likes the interior of the 2020 International, but I've been told to stay away from them due to breakdowns. I was wondering why Prime keeps them then. All right, the International, supposedly, what I heard last about the International is the brand new ones that are coming out. They do not break down as much. So I hear that they're doing better. There for a while, I heard that the reason we were doing the test run with the Volvos was because we were getting rid of the Internationals and going to go with the Volvos. But from what I hear, the newer Internationals are not breaking down, from what I've heard the older Internationals were breaking down a lot, and it wasn't good for business. So I've always said, like every student I got that got an International, I was like, good luck, and they all broke down. Especially one I know for sure, Kennedy. Kennedy's International broke down all the time. It was so bad. He brought that truck back in and he signed a lease just to get rid of it because they wouldn't change him trucks. So he was all like, you know what, I'm going lease, and he did good at least from what I know. He's the reason I got these curtains up here now. It's because whenever he leased his truck, when he turns in his truck, then he didn't need the curtains no more because he was leaving Prime. So he sold me these curtains right here. And I love cab curtains. Like, I should have got these a long time ago. Back to the wash bay situation. We still got the red flatbed in line still. And we still got a red light on the door. So he still hasn't made it in there. And he's been waiting a while already. So, that's my complaint over here is, man, it takes a lot to get your trailer washed out. Like, I would love to get my trailer washed out sometime, but it's not working out too good. Hey, if you're watching this video also and you want to come to Prime, I'll put my driver code in here too. So I'll put my driver code in here. Oh, look at that. It's in red letters on my screen. There's my driver code if you want to put me down on your application as a referral. It would help out, you know. Or if you're watching other channels like Chad Rich or Crazy Bags or whoever it may be, if you're watching other channels, you need to put them down for a referral bonus. They usually give their driver codes. Oh yeah, and Blake Tubbs, he's out there too. If it's real easy to find Busy Blake's driver code too. Just thought I'd throw that in there. This red truck still hasn't made it to the wash bay. He's been waiting a long time. It would not be good if I needed say I had a load that I had to go get real quick. I had a load I needed to go get real quick and I needed my trailer washed out. This wash bay would kill my time. I'd have to message my fleet manager and say, "Hey, look, it's going to be an hour. It's definitely going to be an hour till I can get into this wash bay and get this trailer washed out." It's how it goes. This wash bay is ridiculous. I'd hate to be like in a hurry to get a trailer washed out and go on my way because this wash bay would hold me up. Also, I'm an impatient person, so it would kill me just to be waiting here that long. I don't know what the deal with this wash bay either. I don't know why it takes so long to wash one truck. Like in Springfield, you could be in a line. There could be two or three trucks in front of you in line, and you can get in and out of the wash bay pretty quick. I don't know if the rollers or whatever uh, go faster in Springfield and they're just slower here. Or I don't know what it is, but I'm sure that those people working in that wash bay want to do as many trucks as they can. So I know that they're doing them as fast as they can. I know that they're not like taking their time. They're actually in there working hard. So I don't know. I just, I'd be like, man, try. If I was working in the wash bay, I'd try to do as many trucks as I can. They get paid by the truck, from what I understand. It has to be the rollers or something are slow, but it would really help out to have our wash bay back. Like, and I'm not trying to be mean and say the flatbeds need to go back to tarping outside. I'm saying, hey, let's use the wash bay, and as soon as the flatbed comes in here and he needs a retarp or restrap his load or whatever, so he's not out there in the elements, then that the people in the wash bay, all he has to do is like go in there. Hey, can y'all stop? Can y'all like hold up on the washes so I can get my tarping done? Okay, yeah, sure. We're gonna not use that bay anymore. Pull it on in there, do your tarping. But also, I don't know either if that machine's even working in there. It's like I don't even know if there's still a machine in there. I haven't went in there in a while, so maybe they completely took it out. I don't know. But yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna get back on here tomorrow afternoon sometime, do another live tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow night. I'm gonna let y'all know how Rob's test went because I'm pretty sure that a lot of y'all are curious, especially y'all that have talked to Prime, talked to Rob in like these lives, and you've seen Rob's comments. You know he's been on Crazy Bags, he's been on Chad Rich, he's done a lot of lives. He was really big into YouTube, learning about Prime. So I'm sure if a lot of y'all know him, y'all will want to know how he's doing. So Ozzy, when you coming out here? If you're still in here, because I'm just curious when you're coming out here. Ozzy Horn. I trained somebody with the last name Horn before. Matt Horn. Cool. Keep us updated. Yeah, I will, Jeff. I will. It's good. I think like Rob watches a lot of my videos, so like Rob's excited about like being on my truck, and he likes the video, so like it's really cool. Hopefully, I get to do another interview with him like after his test. I'll grab my phone and maybe make a little video. Hey, this is Rob. What's going on, Rob? How was your test? Blah blah blah. Put out another video. I got a lot of likes and a lot of comments on Zach's test day video, so I thought that was cool. Like a lot of people liked that video. That meant a lot to me because I was all like, wow, people are really watching that video because you want to know if people are passing. I don't want to, you want to know, hey, is Twisted Big D over here? Is he full of himself, or is his students actually passing? Y'all know that y'all seen my videos where I think so far y'all seen two of my students not pass. Y'all watch my videos and two of them haven't passed. So the rest of them have passed. So more videos I do on like, and I want to be truthful with my audience. Like I'm not gonna lie about it. I'm not gonna say, hey, 100% of my students pass. I have the best trifecta rate out of everybody. Really, the trifecta rate doesn't mean nothing if you're not putting out good drivers. If you could have 100% trifecta rate and you're just teaching them how to pass a test and they're not learning nothing, they're gonna get in their TNT phase and they're gonna hit stuff. I also would like some of my students to get back with me and come back and see me in like 6 months or a year. Let me know about let's do a video real quick about how it's been over the road. Let's do a video on what it was like after you left training. Did my training help prepare you for trucking, or does my training need to be revamped and redone to make it better? It's all about if I can improve my training more each time, that would be great. Like I would want to do whatever it takes to make my training even better to get better drivers out there. But right now, I think I'm doing everything right because my students are doing good. They're not. Zach hit me up today. He left with his trainer, so that's good. Zach's starting to work on his miles. Yeah, that's right, Jeff. Exactly. My students' reputation after they've been on the road and reflect too. Great approach. Yeah, I think it would be too. I think it'd be real cool if I could get with some of my students. I was gonna do it not too long ago whenever my student Joshua came to the yard. I was all like, "Hey Joshua, man, we should do a video together." We were hanging out, and he was all like, "Man, you're gonna have to edit it a lot because Joshua uses some colorful language, and I really don't want to be all like have a bunch of colorful language on here. I mean, I don't know. Somebody's probably listened to one of my videos where one of my students cussed in it. I forgot to edit it out, but most of the time I edit out any kind of vulgar language, anything like that. You know, I try to keep the vulgar language to a minimum. Uh oh. He's going into the wash bay. He's going into the wash bay finally. He's been sitting there a long time. He's going into the wash bay finally. Well, at least he finally made it before the end of my video. Hey, there's the address. That's the address to this Pittston. If anyone was curious. If you needed the address, there it is. I had that on there whenever I came to the yard not too long ago, and I just never ever changed it. Well, guys, I'm gonna get off of here. It's time to go hit the Call of Duty. So, hit some likes if you feel like it. Everybody, everybody that's on the road, be safe out there. And if you're some of my old students that are listening to this, and you're in the Pittston area, come see me. Let's take a few minutes to do a video about like what you've been through, how's it been. Let's get some straight up, real answers of how it's been. So goodbye, everyone. I'm gonna go hit the game, call my wife, see what she's doing, all that good stuff. Like, share, comment, all that good stuff. Be safe out there.